Welcome, 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 my beautiful sunblazers and heroes. Welcome to the 15th episode of the Rosie Lastra Podcast, sponsored by Jeremy's Unity Flight. While where faith, evidence-based healing, and holistic living take flight. This is the third episode in our East Meets West series, a sacred space where we blend the wisdom of the soul with the power of science to help you rise, heal, and shine. I'm Rosie, your guide and fellow traveler, bridging the gap between grief and growth, pain and purpose, because you deserve to live with hope again. So open your heart, take a deep breath, and let's ascend together. Healing isn't a destination, it's a sacred journey. Before we take off, let me introduce you to the woman leading the mission, me. Okay. I am a transformational healing and confidence coach who helps men and women turn loss into legacy and grief into growth. For years, I lived in logic, accounting, and spreadsheets until a divine dream on January 9th, 2015 changed everything. In that dream, my son Jeremy showed me my highest assignment to help humanity heal together through faith, testimony, and truth. And after his passing, that is when Jeremy's Unity Flight was born, and why this very moment together matters so much. Tonight, we have a very special guest, a legend in the making, a healing story behind the beats. DJ International Wig, founder and CEO of an iconic media group, DJ, producer, engineer, industry shifter. As a child, music was his way of bonding with his father, inspiring a love that would take him around the world. From producing at Jamaica's iconic Anchor Studio with Shaggy's team to working with Rick Ross, French Montana, DJ Khaled, Future, Paul Wow, and B2K, and so many more. But behind this success is a heartbeat many know too well. Wiggs lost his sister, his father, and another family member to cancer. And that became his mission. Their battle became his purpose. Their legacy is his calling. He uses music today not just to entertain, but to heal, to inspire, and to honor them. Let's welcome DJ International Wig to the stage. Let me get him on.
What's going on? How you doing, Rosie?
Hey, Wig, how are you, honey?
I'm doing great, Rosie. How about yourself? How's it going?
Blessed and favored. Doing better now I got you here, hon.
Yeah, I
I'm
know.
trying to take away this backdrop that I've got. I don't know how I got that there, but anyway, it is what it is. I guess it looks like Thanksgiving instead of Christmas, but oh well. After everything we've been going through, at least we're airing.
yeah. We
So
definitely got it together, right?
I hear you, Wig. So let me ask you, sweetheart. First of all, I know your father and you bonded together through music. Tell us a little bit about that.
My father was a singer. He partied a lot. He was in Harlem. Um, he hung out with people such as Dionne Warwick. He actually I have family that's actually related to Dionne Warwick. My brothers, that's their first cousin.
Wow.
We
Okay.
have we have a different mother, but I can recall going being around them when I was younger because they lived in New Jersey, so we would go to like their families' houses and stuff. I remember a few occasions meeting Whitney because she's still around my age group and playing and hanging out with them and stuff like that. But my dad was like, he was really into music in terms of just the creative arts of it. He never had just one specific genre of music that he listened to. He listened to so many different facets of different languages, different genres of music, and him introducing me to that, it led me to want to be a DJ because he would play records and 8 tracks for a lot of people who remember that, and cassette tapes. So I grew up in that era where, especially records though. Records was like his number one thing. He had a huge record collection. And he always taught me like never box yourself in when it came to music. And he would how he started that was he would allow me to play the records. Like he would say, "Hey, go find this record and play this record for me. I want to hear this." And it molded me into becoming a DJ because just the touch of the vinyl, my love and my passion for the music, that he laid the foundation for me, and it opened up a lot. It was therapeutic because he would come from work and stuff like that, and he would be like, "Yo, son, go play this record, pop in this cassette tape," and then he would allow me to make um a cassette for him. So he would tell me, "Hey, play this song on a cassette. Um, hit record, hit pause, hit stop." So he introduced me to a lot of that. And then he was a great singer. My dad was a great singer.
Nice, nice. And you're originally from New York, or you grew up in New York, right? And
Born and raised in the Bronx in New York City. Yes.
so you did New York battles and became a worldwide producer from it, huh?
Yeah. What we would do, we would because I've been DJing since I was in like a little bit before junior high school.
Mhm.
So once I got to like the sixth grade, of course I was young, and by the time I hit junior high, it was a group of us. It was like uh 4 to 5 different DJs from our community: Ajax, Gilly, Chef, Dorito, Pop. We all were DJs. We all had different styles of music, but we formed like a DJ coalition. So we would do a lot of DJ battles, and we started doing a lot of stuff with like reggae, like in that community. It was like really big too in the reggae community. It was like huge with like DJ battles, sound systems. Like DJs will just go at it, and I would also do MCing too. So I'll be an MC and a DJ.
Gotcha.
Um, yeah, so that was interesting because we would go from borough to borough. We would battle DJs in Harlem. We battled DJs in Queens. We didn't really go too much to Brooklyn, but we battled a lot in the Bronx, and we would do a lot of different events. Like different events in the summertime. We would do a lot of house parties in the Bronx and stuff like that. That's one of the shaking foundations for us was doing house parties.
Gotcha, gotcha. So let's talk about your sister and your dad and everything that happened that year. And I remember talking to your sister. She was incredible, baby. But go ahead.
Yeah,
Tell
yeah. I appreciate that. So Joy Jackson, Joy Bell Jackson was a remarkable individual, a remarkable human being. She lived in Houston, Texas, and my understanding of it is Houston is a place where right now it's considered to be one of the industrial capitals of America. They have done a lot of reports that I've seen online where they're saying that because of the um, atmosphere, that more women are getting cancer in that city and in that state. My sister lived in Houston for over 30 years. She moved from New York. She was an educator. I remember the mid 2000s getting a call from her that she was diagnosed with breast cancer. And I was living in Miami because I moved to Miami. And I ended up flying out there my sister was like really big on natural herbs, natural remedies, and things of that nature. For years, she was just always on natural things, and just to know that she went through this diagnosis of being diagnosed with cancer around that time, for me it was hardening. I flew in to support her when she got the procedure done, and they removed one of her breasts, and then subsequently a few months after that the doctor told her that she would have to get the other breast removed. It was rough on her, it was rough. I flew in to show my support, and it seemed as though she was doing good. She was on a road to recovery. She kept her spirits up, and this was probably, I want to say, 2014, 2015, around that time. And she was very optimistic. She was staying strong, and she seemed as though she was on the road of recovery. And things went downhill going towards, I want to say, 2019. It shifted again, because she went from utilizing a lot of natural products and herbs to conversations with the doctors in the realm of the medical industry, to where my personal thoughts and my personal beliefs in that is, she was doing good in the sense of, I don't think she needed chemo at the time, and a lot went downhill once she started doing chemo. Um, she was doing well in the healing process of the things that she was on her alkalytic diet. She was happy every time I spoke to her. She would just tell me, hey, I'm not eating as much flesh. I'm doing more veggies. I'm doing a lot more fruits. She wasn't a big flesh eater from the start. I mean, she didn't eat pork. She didn't eat like a lot of red meat and stuff like that. She ate her fish or chicken. Every now and then she did eat like I know she was big on barbecuing, so every now and then she would barbecue like certain things like brisket. But she had xed out a lot of that stuff out of her diet completely, and she was just doing like a lot of raw. She was on the raw path. And once she started doing chemo, and the doctors, my personal view towards that was, I think that they wanted to just keep her going with the modern day medicines, the drugs and stuff. Uh,
And I remember when you called me up and I spoke to her and I sent her. I mean, at that point, she hadn't even stepped out of her house for what, 4 years?
Yeah, because she had issues with neuropathy. She had different issues with nerves in her body.
And God bless her. She was such a high spirit woman.
Yeah, yeah.
And, when I sent her that alkaline product, I was like, I remember her calling me up one day and saying, Rosie, you're not going to believe it, but I'm basking in the sun. And I so was praying that things would turn for her. But at that point, she already wasn't hardly eating, was she?
No, yeah, the eating was up and down. Yeah, her eating was up and down. But she did partake in more. When she did eat, it was mostly like veggies, fruits, and then it was a lot of like different herbs and teas and things of that nature that she would actually take.
So let me ask you, Wig, how has Oh, because I that same year you explained to me that also your father and family member had cancer.
Yeah, yeah. My dad had cancer too as well. He had it in his liver. Uh, I have another family member too that was younger. He was in his 30s. My cousin Trevon, he I believe had it in his lungs, and it seems like it for him that was crazy with him because nobody expected that to happen at all. Nobody saw that coming, and all of my family members that had cancer during that same time all died back to back to back. One of the things that I think about all the time is they all took the COVID shot
Wow.
all the same time. They might have did it like months apart, but
Mhm.
they all got vaccinated. So it's like
Wow.
Joy passed away. No, my dad passed away first in March. Joy passed away in July, and then my cousin passed away the following year towards the ending of the year.
Wow. So, wait, how did that shape what you do and how in your music and everything? And people, see people in the music industry and they don't realize the suffering they go through too, like you did through all that, baby.
It really put me in a different mode of self-care. Like I'm really big on working out now. I'm improving a lot of things in my diet. I still have a few more things that I do need to adjust in, honestly. But it did make me really realize the importance of self-care, self-love, um, therapy with, you know, uh, people that you care about, proper communication, really bonding a little bit more because life is really short. And it made me really look at a lot of things in the environment to really, kind of like show people and educate people in different facets of, what are you doing with your body, watch what you're eating because a lot of things that we eat now is contaminated really bad to the point where it's overwhelming and it's in everything. It's in everything. I was just reading the other day that water is one of the most contaminated things that's causing dementia and cancer because we're buying bottled waters and the chemicals is in the plastic is seeking back in the water. And I recently just found out that it is one of the number one causes of dementia in America right now because plastic houses so much different chemicals, and it's a destructive thing in our day to day diet. If you think about it, we consume so much water every day, and that stuff is in plastic.
Wow, that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. And what, where do you see yourself heading from here, baby?
Um, just being more of an advocate towards educating people a lot more, and being more of a voice of letting people know that, if you can play your part on this planet to improve your lifestyle to be an example to others, because once someone sees it, they're going to gravitate to it and say, hey, I want to kind of incorporate that to my lifestyle. So being able to work out more, try your best to eat better, and stay away from things that is destructive to us,
Mhm.
people will see it and gravitate to it. Because you can talk all day, but when people see it, people are more like, oh wow, what is that person doing?
Right. Right. Yeah, and you told me you want to be inspiration for the kids. I got you. Definitely.
Yeah, and that's one of the things, because today I was listening to this podcast, and a doctor was saying that one of the things that we have to really focus on, he said juice is poison because juice has so much chemicals. And I thought to myself, I said, wow,
Wow.
like sugar has so much chemicals in it, and high fructose is like one of the most, it's a silent killer.
Right.
And I was like, wow, like, like now I'm around a family member that does a lot of juicing and creates a lot of juices with herbs. And the juices are like great for inflammation, high blood pressure. It's great with sciatic nerves. And I've been getting a lot of juices from him because they're all natural. And then in the mornings, what I've been doing, and I suggest a lot of people do this, is juice. I don't eat in the mornings. What I do is I juice. I've been doing it for a while now. And I learned a lot of that from Joy, from my sister. Juicing, because in the morning, that's a part of, you break fast. So you're fasting in the morning. You're taking that break to fast. I don't
Mhm.
eat like in the morning. I won't eat anything until like 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock. I'll start eating. Like, I'm a big fruit eater. I eat lots of fruits in the morning.
You know
Or
what? I remember in 1931, Dr. won the Nobel Prize for his finding that cancer, part of cancer is created by the fermentation of sugars in our body and the acids it produces. And after that, nothing was ever heard again for over 50 years till Dr. Savvy came around. And
yeah.
yeah, I agree with you. It's heartening when that happens. I do have a lot of people commenting. Raw is the way. They absolutely want to keep their treatment going, and self care, self love is so important. Yeah, it is definitely, definitely, definitely. We've got Sue, we got Sonia, Mitch. Thank you, Mitch, for being out to Neil. Great, beautiful, blessed Friday. We've got several people on the podcast, hon. Well,
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for tuning in.
if can you tell our listeners how they can reach you? They wanted to talk to you.
Oh, my social media platforms, because I actually have a media company, so I do services to help people with like their podcasts, to help people with if they need videography services or photography services. I can be reached at Iconic Media Group. My website is iconicfirm.com, and Iconic is spelled IKONIC Group Media. So it's Iconic Group Media at Gmail. Excuse me, at Instagram.
Mhm.
My email is iconicfirm at gmail.com. And I do have a website too, is iconicfirm.com. Those are some of my platforms. DJ International Wigs. That's DJ International Wig with two G's at LinkedIn, at Instagram, and TikTok and YouTube. That is DJ International Wig with two G's on all platforms. That's how I can be reached.
Awesome, awesome. So let's do a quick lightning round. One habit that keeps you grounded today.
Uh, a habit that keeps me grounded today, you said?
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Aligning myself with like-minded people.
Nice, nice, nice. One lyric that helped you keep going.
What was that?
One lyric, music
Oh, one
lyric that
lyric.
keeps you that helps you
you, said, you said one lyric that keeps me going.
go. Yeah.
Oh wow, that's I want to say maybe Mary J. Blige. She has a song called Happy.
Nice. Okay. What does healing mean to you?
Healing to me means love for the creator, acknowledgement of who you are, where you want to be, and also self care. Because I believe if we have self care, we're not going to be eating McDonald's knowing that McDonald's is it's a killer, it's a
Right.
silent killer, and that's no disrespect to the franchise.
Right.
And I don't want to be disrespectful to any franchises, but let's be honest. A lot of stuff that's out there it's harming us. It's
It's
not.
all it's all additives and preservatives, Wigs, and it's
Yeah.
humanity wanting things fast.
So
Okay.
it's staying away from processed foods that are silent killers.
Yeah. I had a friend take a burger from McDonald's and left it in his desk for years, and a Happy Meal, and it was the same way because of all the additives and preservatives. And they have to do that because you want things fast. So it's kind of like our society has created that monster, unfortunately.
Yeah, yeah. It's a silent monster, and it's taking out a lot of our family members on a day-to-day basis.
Unfortunately, yeah. What would you say to Joy if you had to talk to her right now?
I would tell my sister that I love her. She is loved by many, and we were honored, and we were so uh, blessed to be in the presence of such a human, a great human being who had love for not only herself but for others, and was a staple on the planet. And
She was
we,
incredible. She was
yeah,
incredible.
she was incredible, incredible human being.
Yeah, she was.
Incredible.
Message to artists who are hurting quietly today. What would you say to them?
Find a way to talk to others who will understand your pain. Let it out. Don't bottle that stuff in, because it for me, and I can speak for myself. When I lost my sister, it's weird. I lost my dad first, then I lost my sister. So it was back to back to back, and in the middle of that, I had a relationship issue. I had a breakup. So for me, I had so much stress to the point where what helped me was male bonding, but not only male bonding. I had very good female friends too. So it was opposites attract, as well as dealing with the same gender, and therapy. It was therapeutic being able to talk to people who were close to me, and they
Right.
didn't shun me. So I think you can't just go on a binge of getting high, drinking liquor. Just no, you gotta be able to talk to folks and express, and outlets.
Yeah.
Like, one of
Community.
the outlets for me was the gym, and then being able to be back around the love and passion of the music. So that's one of the things that helped me a lot.
Gotcha. Awesome, awesome. All right. Thank you, my son Blazers and hero. Thank you for coming here tonight. Enjoyed having you guys tonight. No matter your story, no matter your storm, the light inside you is stronger than the surround and than the pain that surrounds you. Your story matters, your healing matters, and you matter. Because here we laugh together, we cry together, most of all, we grow together. Thank you so much, Wig. It's been an amazing pleasure having you on here.
Thank you,
And
thank you, Rosie.
folks, reach out to Wig. He's in DJ International Wig or Iconic Media Group. Either
Yeah.
way. And I will be having a master class December 19th at 8:30. I will be posting everything out there here shortly. Guys, God bless you. You all have a wonderful and blessed day, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you.
Bye.
God.